in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to, I hope I don't get my period. Like, I ain't ready for all that extra shit. It was very uncomfortable. It was, that time, like, it was very uncomfortable for me. I'm gonna be quite honest. It was very uncomfortable. Hi. Hello. How you doing? Let me find out I got crust in my eye. Ooh, okay, so. Oh, this is Cat LC, and you can call. Okay, that ain't. Okay. Don't mind anything, in the room, because looking the way it's looking, including the box on the wall. I'm working on some stuff. But, ooh, okay. This is Cat LC, and you can call me K Moore. Let me get comfortable. Let me get real comfortable. Okay. Okay, come on now. Get comfortable. One. The fact that I didn't even untie my boots is crazy. Two. My foot been sweating. But airplane. The little jiggly sounds. Bells. Sirens. Everything going on right now. Okay. Whew. Hope they're alright. That's crazy. When I hear a siren, the ambulance and stuff, I think in my head and I be like, hope everything's alright, I don't know. I've always done that, like inside my head. In my head. It's one thing that I have not did in a very long time. I'm definitely about to hit my head on it. Let me just give it a try again. Since I don't remember last time I was a kid, but here it goes. Oh, I ain't gonna be able to jump like I want to. I'm not trying to hit my head now. I don't need more ceiling. I need more space because I ain't trying to hit the ceiling. Anyway, so I want to do a quick little story time about, ooh, that was a belch, but it's okay. I want to do a quick little story time about, I'm out of breath. What the heck is going on? About when I first had got my period. Yeah. So I remember it was, I think it was 5th grade, but it was like in the summertime. So I was going to the 6th grade. But before summer and all that extra stuff, it was like school time. I remember like, basically, you know how when you was a kid, like, anyway, okay, I'm all over the place. So you know how you in the line behind somebody, and but like we was by the door, the teacher door, and the teacher was right there, and it was like a quick little convo. It wasn't like no full conversation. It was more on like, it's around that time for like females, like us females, to get our period in a way. And like, I don't remember how the conversation went or whatever the case may be. But in my mind basically. But anyway, fast forward. Oh yeah, and then it was like conversations between my dad and my mom on the phone and stuff about like, it's about that time. It's around that time for like, she might get her period when she's 11. She might get it when she's 12. Between that or whatever. And I'm like it just, that whole conversation, that I ain't really had the conversation, but it's just like hearing about it made me feel so like uncomfortable and stuff. And even like, quick thing, like even when it was time for me, like even when I got around that age when my boobs would start to grow, or it was gonna start to grow or whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not want to really grow up for real. I didn't really want to get boobs. I'm like, okay, I did not want to get boobs. And it's crazy how, like, when I was like a kid, me and my cousin, like, let's see, how old was I? Probably was around 5 or something. I don't know. And like, we'll be by my grandma's house, and like, we'll just play and stuff. But me and her, like, we'll have our shirts, and we'll like, oh my God. Let me see. We'll have our shirt. Never mind. We'll have our shirts, and we'll like do it like this. Ow! I got boobs now. Do it like this, as if we had boobs. You know, like the little thing, if we had boobs or whatever. Like, it was like, it just was kids. Like, you know, it's just, you know, us being kids playing around or whatever. Anyway, so where was I? Lord. Okay, so anyway, dang, where was I? Really want to grow up or whatever. I like that whole conversation, that whole getting your period stuff. I did not want that. Like, I was not ready for that. Anyway, so it gets to a point, summertime. So now the summertime, I usually like visit my mom out here in Texas, you know. And so like, it was her, my mom, her girlfriend, my sister, and also me, of course. And we have like, do like little vacations or whatever. Like, the go-to spot was really Lake Charles. And so we're in Lake Charles, and yeah, we in Lake Charles, we in a hotel, whatever. And oh, another thing. So I'm at the age I am 11. And the thing is, I will come out here, whatever, like, it was like, okay, let me give an example. Me having like pigtails with barrettes and shit like that, like the little clocker balls or whatever, like, I would still have that in my head, like, you know, the style or whatever. I would, you know, because my sister, she's 4 years younger than me, you know, she could wear it, whatever. She, you know, she was able to wear it, but it's like, I was also wearing it as well. I ain't see no problem with it, because I didn't think none of it, because basically I'm growing up, but then it's like, I wasn't growing up in a way, like, I still had little. So my point was, I don't know why we end up having to take a bath together in this, or was we using the same water? I don't know the case. Okay, the case may be, look, so we're in the tub together. I'm 11, she like 10, 9, 8, 7. She's 7. Like, come on, we supposed to take our own bath. I don't know what. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe, you know what? I remember. I think the water was getting something. I don't know if something was wrong with the water, but we end up having to use the same bath water or whatever the case may be, because I end up jumping in or whatever. So, okay. So, I end up jumping in, the tub or whatever. And like, you know, everything's cool or whatever. And I wipe, like, I had my own towel. I wipe, and I look, and I'm like, you know, I'm just like, nah, you know, like, nah, nah. So I'm like, yeah, I remember, oh my gosh. So I ended up telling my mama, like, hey, like, there's blood on my towel or some shit like that. And then, and so my mama told my sister, she said, hurry up, get out She was telling my sister to get out the tub or whatever, because my period had came on or whatever. And like, I'm like, oh shit. So that happened. It was very uncomfortable. It was that time, like, it was very uncomfortable for me. I'm gonna be quite honest. It was very uncomfortable for me. One, it just made me feel uncomfortable. Second, my mom told the whole damn world. That's how I felt, because it's like everybody know that I have my period. Like, everybody knew that I had my period now, because she called everybody to let them know. Like, okay, I can understand. Maybe she was like, you know, my baby got a period, blah, blah, blah. But to me, it was more like, yeah. To me, it was more like, I didn't want that to be known. Like, it just was something private to me. Like, that was very private and very, like, So, yeah, I understand on her part of how, maybe she was like, I don't know, like, excited or something like that. I don't know, around the way of just like, oh, my baby got a period, blah, blah, blah. But me personally, I was just like, so like everybody knew that I had a period, and that was just the end game. Like, it was, I ain't gonna say it was the end game of, it just made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, yeah, it made me feel so uncomfortable. I didn't like it. So basically, that was just my story. That was a very short story, I think. So when I did, have my period at that age, it was some things. So when I end up having to go back to Alabama to, home or whatever, where I went to school with my dad, where my dad was, living with my dad, my auntie, uncle, grandma, or whatever. And like, as far as having the pads or whatever, I would like wrap the tissue around the pad. I didn't I didn't pile it up. It was like when you wrap it around and make it look like it's a lot, because the pad is in the doggone tissue. And then that was like an issue for my auntie, because it was like I was using up all the tissue and stuff like that. Me and her bumped heads a lot, but it was just very uncomfortable. I would ask my dad, like, hey, can you go to the store? And I was very uncomfortable even asking, can he go get pads or whatever. And then like, it got to a point where I had to go get my own stuff, and it made me very, very uncomfortable. But basically, I just had to really grow out of it to a point. It's like, it's very much, it happens. It's bound to happen, especially with, well, I say especially, only with females or whatever. Like, it's bound to happen with us females to have periods, and you shouldn't really be embarrassed about it. I know it probably would be. You know what? If you are experiencing just now getting your period, or you haven't had your period yet, and it's not, you're afraid of a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of stuff, then like, honestly, it's bound to happen. And don't be ashamed of it. It may be a little uncomfortable, because it's like, it's something that is something that never, you're experiencing that, and that's basically a part of female life. And yeah, just don't be embarrassed, because man, I was just uncomfortable, embarrassed. I was all of that. Let's see, anything else I would say. Oh yeah, okay. As far as my periods and stuff like that, it was years back. Years back, I stopped using Because at first, like when I first started, of course I was using pads. That was fine. And then I went into using tampons and pads. And then like me using tampons, I stopped using tampons because like it would like hurt. Like I'll change it out. It would like hurt to have that. And then like I seen like studies, or I seen something that said like it's not good for you or something like that, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. And I just took that as a sign like, hey, I'm not doing no more tampons. Fuck that. I'm not doing no more tampons. I just do like the pads or whatever. But I might end up changing it up a little bit. I'm not going back to tampons, but I might change it up to going to something else. So, and I'm gonna see how that goes, and then if that goes smoothly, then I'm definitely gonna talk about it. And but yeah, I stopped using tampons years ago. I started using pads. I ain't gonna lie, I do not use the thin pads. I don't know, it makes me feel like the shit is just gonna go through or whatever. I always use thick pads. I don't care. And thick and long pads, okay? Like, you're not going anywhere, period. You're not about to sit up here and make me feel like something is going on back there, okay? But yeah, so if I missed anything, I might end up talking about, I might end up doing another period video. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I feel like it's a little too long. But no, I guess I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or maybe even learned something if you haven't, or I don't know. Yeah. Peace.